We're giving ourselves 10 in-game years to become the ultimate rancher in Farming Simulator 22, legally as well as realistically. We've got the weekend to ourselves. We should be able to get ourselves through 10 in-game years. We're going to become Bubba, Rancher Bubba, maybe. We've got ourselves, well, a truck, ourselves a chainsaw, and, well, a trailer to live in. The goal is simple. We need to make $10 million to restore the ultimate ranch in the Western Wilds. This is a ranch restore, the ultimate ranch on Western Wilds.
Huh?
Well, one problem. I have absolutely no money to begin with. We're starting from scratch, so we're going to be using and abusing every loan I can get my greedy little mitts on just to get us above ground and get this working.
I am once again asking for your financial support.
So I've got a place to sleep, I've got some storage areas, and I've got a little bit of farmland to start with. The rest, I'm going to need to come up with on my own. Now, considering I've got no fields ready to go, I'm going to need to focus on some grass. Not that type of grass. I've got grass, hay, and we can do grass and hay, and the prices are actually not bad. What about, well, silage is even better. Yeah, that's a good plan. I think we got a plan here, guys, for some silage. That might work. So we're going to become the kings of silage. We need something to cut some grass, and this will work. And then we need something to be able to pull it. We're going to be living in the used equipment market, I think. This just might be perfect. I mean, it's totally legal, and it's realistic. I don't even want to mess around. Let's take our new setup out to this field and see what it can do. I mean, look at all this lush. Oh man, this field, okay, it's not thick. It should be fine though, right? Wait, there's nothing here. It's disappeared. It just turns to dust. Oh, come on.
Emotional, damn it!
Well, so much for that. I guess it's on to plan B, but you know what that means.
I am once again asking for your financial support.
So this is how we're gonna make our millions. Hey, everyone starts from somewhere, but we're gonna be tearing up these fields roughly 3 meters at a time. I mean, it's gonna take a long time. A very, very... Did I say it was going to take a long, very long time? So there you go. Part 1 of Plan B is now finished. Let's move along into Part 2, where we fix what wasn't supposed to happen. Well, you know what this means.
I am once again asking for your financial support.
Well, now that we're $50,000 further away from our goal, we can at least now plant our fields with our brand new Amazon, well, cedar. Now, let's fill with grass and head to the fields where we can, well, slowly make our way through and plant this all with some grass to do some haying and some silage cutting a little bit later. Oh boy. Yeah, this feels familiar for some reason. But of course, once that's done, we've got to head back to the shop for some more new equipment to, well, finish off that field. And of course, once again, everything is perfectly legal and realistic. Oh yeah, this is going to be great. Nothing could possibly go wrong with this at all of 2.5 to 3 miles per hour. What was I thinking? Oh, never mind. 4 miles per hour. That's better. So after day 1, well, we're further away from our goal than where we began. So let's not figure out our calculation. So starting off month 2, we've decided, well, we better fertilize some of this stuff. I think it's about time we did that. You know what, we're going to maximize the profits. And of course, we did need to spend a little bit to make a little bit more. And we'll be able to use this going forward. So whatever, it's a wash. And it's not that much money in the grand scheme of things. At least this is fast. That's what I'm saying right now. Now moving along into October, we can get our first cut off of this field and hopefully make some money before the end of the year. Which also means, well, we've changed up something. I know, it's a little bit different, but let's be honest, this is actually more realistic than our previous setup. So, I mean, you can't really complain then, can you? And this is definitely keeping along with the legal and the realistic side. Just watch out for rocks with this. You know what? It's a good thing we pushed all those rocks back down, because this thing would throw rocks at you like no tomorrow. Keep your heads on a swivel, or maybe just keep your heads down. Yeah, just keep your head down. Of course, now that everything is cut, well, we need to tidy this all up with a little bit of windrowing Then we need, of course, to bale with, well, a new John Deere tractor from the sales market, of course. And then lastly, we need to wrap it up. And yes, bank accounts were most likely irreparably damaged throughout the purchasing of all this new equipment. But of course, we can't just leave the bales out in the field, these small little bales. Well, we've got to load them up by hand and get them off and sell them off and see if by any chance we can make just the slightest of profits this year. I'm not holding my breath, but we have to start somewhere. And this is going to tell us really if our plan is going to work or not. I hate to break it to y'all, but I do not have a plan C on this one. So let's load these all off onto the train. We can do a couple at a time with the forks here, so that's not too bad. We'll see what we get out of this. Really hoping for some big money. I mean, we've rolled all our dice. I think we're out of dice. Could someone give me some more dice? You know what? On second thought, I've got skill. I don't need no dice. We got all the skill right here. We don't need no stinking dice. Year one is pretty much done, guys. It was an interesting year. We didn't really make any money this year. In fact, I think we've lost roughly 150,000. And just remember, we're just trying to save that $10 million up to rebuild the ultimate ranch. We need to rebuild this ultimate ranch. The $10 million for the rebuild. I think that maybe next year we should probably stay the course. That's what we do. No, that's not what we do at all once things start going wrong. No, you got that totally wrong. What do you do when things go wrong? You double down. That is right. We're doubling down next year. Let's go. That's right. We're doubling our loan amount. We've got some brand new John Deere swathers to really cut into this hay. And we're doubling down. We've actually bought more than enough stuff. And of course, we're hiring staff to help us out here. While we do that, we're also buying more land. We're expanding, we're biggering, we're bettering. And I know what you're asking, how much bigger are you want to make it with this equipment, Klutch? And the answer is at least double. I mean, we doubled up our loan amounts. Should be a little bit more than that, to be honest. So I think we at least need to do that to our field sizes. This new crop, this new field, this new area is actually almost 2/3 bigger than the original area. This is going to make us, well, so much more as far as hay goes, as far as silage goes. There's a lot here. It's just going to take some time, of course. And now, not to mention, we're still running double duty now that we got the other field. We're still going to get this done as well. There's stuff over there that, well, we can't trust anybody else with, so we've got to clean this up. And we've got our new baler. Did I say new baler? Yeah, this should save us a little bit of time since we no longer need to wrap us afterwards. It's one pass. It's a baler plus wrapper all in one. No fuss, no muss. Let's get her done. Let's try to simplify our lives a little bit, please. And what better way to do that with another new bale trailer as well. You know, like I said, we're spending everything we've got right now. I'm doubling down on everything. And this new Anderson bale trailer might, well, it's kind of the cat's meow for this. This is going to make our life a little bit easier for picking up those bales. You know what? It's okay. We got a brand new system in place. We made some money last year. We're going to be okay. We're gonna be okay. So on our first cut this year, only 44 bales. We're down almost 1/3 on the amount of bales made, but they're bigger bales too, so maybe it kind of washes out. We're gonna work on our yield next. So I think we've figured out the amount of land we want to work. Now we just need to go with it. Now I've got some issues like small fuel tanks and this small fertilizer that runs out right away. I mean, it'll work, but you know what? We need an upgrade so we can also do lime. Let's not forget about the lime. Now, of course, we can still fertilize with, well, the smaller equipment, which is kind of nice, but we still need one more piece of equipment, guys. We need a more effective field roller for that extra last little bit of percentage out of these crops. Okay, so it might not be the biggest thing in the world, but remember, it's not about how big it is, it's how you use it. No, but you know what? This is perfect. This is a good way to, you know what? Just get our grass back down, roll out this grass field, get her prepped, get her ready to go again. And you know, if we can keep this on rinse and repeat, this could be a serious moneymaker for us. Serious moneymaker coming in, maybe. So there you go, guys. This is it. Right now, we're just finishing up our brand new field. Well, the other half, or the bigger half of the field that we just planted, just made. So we just made this field. We've planted, we've fertilized, we've seeded, we've limed. Now we're just rolling it out, and that's it. Once it's done, guys, then we can go a couple months from now and come back in here. And you know what? If we do this right, we can like roll these fields every 3 or so months. just have a system set up, but it's much more than that because we're gonna be able to harvest so much more versus a standard crop. That is the plan. And here you thought I didn't have a plan. The best driver farmers has always got a plan. We've got a plan. We've always had we know what's going on. Don't worry, we've got this. So we're just gonna start selling off our bales, everything we made this last go around, which isn't a lot. We got these 2 trailer fulls we've dropped off here, but okay, so this was half the field. We only had the 44 some odd bales. But look at this. We're getting a better environmental score now. And that's key because that's going to help us get more money as we get closer. And what that's going to do? Well, that's going to make it that much closer to making and rebuilding the ultimate ranch. So now we're into June. It's been a couple months since we sold everything off, guys. We managed to make a little bit of profit. Not a lot. Paid off our debts a bit. Still owe about 200,000. So we're going to have to do this the hard way for sure. Nope, not trying to buy too much equipment right now. But I mean, look at this lush, this hay, this grass that we can cut right now. Let's get into this field. And I mean, look at how thick this is. Since we managed to, well, combine this into one, really take care of our field while planting and growing it. Now we can start rolling through it. Our environmental score should go up substantially, just judging at the yield we're getting off this right now. This is going to be a super crop for us. This is fantastic. So we're going to be swathing it all down. We got to go back in here. We've got to windrow it all up and then come back in and then start baling. And baling, holy, yeah, we're baling for sure. This is ridiculous. We've doubled the amount of bales we've ever made already. And we're only halfway through this field. And these are the larger capacity bales as well. So we're putting more per bale and we've already doubled what we've made in the past. This is going to be something. This is going to be something. But I don't want to sound like I'm getting ahead of the horse here. I do need to find a solution for that. It's so slow still. And this is better than doing the bale and then the wrap, but this here's process is a long process. Let's wrap this one up. Let's start trucking these out of here, guys. Let's get this field cleared. So the plan here is really to take all these bales, get them off of the field, and we're just going to put them beside the field for now. I'm going to put them beside the field. They need a day to ferment and turn into silage anyways, or a month before we can sell them off anyways. Otherwise, we'll sell them as hay. We don't want that. No one wants to buy our hay. So we're going to set them off to the side, set them to sit for a bit, and then we can work on this field because, like I said, it's a rinse and repeat cycle. We just got to get back in here. We've got to start by rolling it out. We got to fertilize it again. We got to lime it again. And then we can just let it grow. We don't have to plant, luckily, but we still have more work to do on this. And hopefully, well, by the fall, we should be having another crop ready to cut here. We could possibly even get 4 out of this. So let's get into the groove of resetting this field. A little bit of roll, a little bit of fertilizer, and a little bit of lime. You know what? I think I need to change the cycle on the way I do this. I think I'm backwards, but it still works, so it don't matter. If it works, right? And just like that, we are done already. The field's been reset. We're ready to go. Another couple of months. We'll wait. Guys, things are looking good right now. I'm cautiously optimistic that we can reach our inevitable goal of the ultimate $10 million ranch. Can we revitalize the ultimate $10 million ranch? And to do that, we got to keep on harvesting. And I think we got to keep on bettering some of our new equipment. New windrower, it'll make life a little bit quicker, hopefully. But man, things are looking good. Right now, I still haven't sold anything. Guys, let's get another harvest in. We might even be able to get one more this season. And there you go, just like that, another harvest complete. 211 bales created from this massive field we've got. And you know what? Our environmental score is up around the mid 70s now as well, which is really going to affect our prices. Yeah, you take care of your field. It's just going to create more work for you, but it's the good kind of work this time rather than what we've had previously. So the time has finally come. Let's move all of our product to the train station. See what we're going to actually get out of this. How far can we go on this silage? The king of silage is here, guys. I think the king of silage is here. But we got to go sell all these bales off, and there's a lot of them. Boy, oh, I'm excited. Let's see what we got. Okay, not bad. Keep going. Let's go. More. Oh, give me some more. We need more. There we go. Over that 100 marker. We're up to 350 almost. Keep going. Let's get them a couple. Oh, so close to the 1 million mark. Get over it. There we go. Yes, get some. Are you freaking kidding me? 1.2? No way. We're ending at 1.55. That's awesome. Now that's what I'm talking about. We end off a little over 1 million bucks in the bank, even after paying off our entire loan. Everything's clear and free now. We own everything. We're good. Now, we've only harvested 2 times. It's technically 2 years in, even though the first year I really don't even count that because we're still setting things up. But 2 years in, we have $1 million bucks. We're over 10% of the way to our $10 million goal to restore the ultimate ranch here. So we're into the silage game. We are quickly becoming the silage kings here on Western Wilds. We've got a new Krone 580X. This is definitely helping us a little bit, but we've also got a bigger problem with the baling, so we upgraded to a Vicon fast baler. Now, don't get me wrong, it's faster, but it's still, well, you'll see. So we're now at least able to hire workers to help us out. We got some people helping us out on the ranch here, and well, it does help out, but it is still fairly slow since we can only travel around 4 to 5 miles per hour depending on the yield. That Vicon bale wrapper, it's a fast wrapper, but man, she still is not exactly quick by any means. But on the bright side, it doesn't have to stop, so that's a positive. So I've done some quick math in my noggin, in my head hole, and to be honest, guys, it's not looking very promising right now with our current trajectory. So what we need to do is we need to bigger in things. I've spent some more money. I had to spend some more money. I had to buy some stuff. Got a new tractor, we've got a new cultivator, and we're going to dive in and make the ranch bigger right now. We're going to expand, and that's what has to happen. I've already bought the property, and now it's time to make the fields bigger. We need to make this grass field much larger, like double the size at least, and we'll see where we go from there. But we need to make this bigger, get more grass cut, and allow us to really dive in deeper with this. I mean, if we're going to be the kings of silage, we've got to do it upright. There's no monkeying around. And look at this. While we're busy working away on this field, look what I happened to stumble upon. What?
Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy.
Who puts this? Who left this out here? Well, I guess if they don't know about it, I'll just take that. That sounds like a plan to me. So this brand new section we're tilling up right now. I'm hoping that this is going to almost double our current amount we're pulling off the fields. I'm hoping that's pretty close to doubling it. It's gonna be close, but we also need to focus on, well, the environmental score we're going to be getting on this to maximize our yield. I think if we could do both of these things in conjunction, that's going to be really what makes the biggest difference for us. It can't just be one. We have to double this up. I mean, I know it sounds like small potatoes when we're looking at the minus $500, $400, whatever it is per bale we end up losing on a $3,000. But if you could maximize that and go up to plus 500, say, on a bale, that'd be amazing. And when you're talking to like hundreds of bales, that's a huge amount of money. So I think the more we focus on that, the better off we're going to be, and the faster we're going to be able to get to our goal. So you can see here as we wrap around the side, this goes all the way down to one of the old dirt roads. And once we kind of join all this together, it's going to be one massive field. And I mean, look at the amount of bales we're getting already. Look at the amount of bales back there. They've been busy working, but I do need to fix something over in that field. There's a problem, and we need to fix these problems because there's a lot of bales, but there's still a problem I need to fix. I'm going to fix it right now. We'll just grab the truck, head back on out. The fields have already been harvested. We've got all the bales done. In fact, we've got helpers out there working away. Gertie's out there right now, taking care of, well, some liming and then fertilizing as well. So that's all happening at the same time, which is great since that's getting done now, and I don't have to really worry about that. I can get some other things done, namely cleaning up these fields. Man, these fields are a pain when they got the trees. We got to get rid of the shrubs. We got to make these into proper fields. I'm done dealing with tree islands. So got our trusty chainsaw. Let's cut these things down, make a little bit of space, and I don't have to deal with these little tree islands anymore. Let's go. Let's get it right about there. Timber, get down. Perfect. All right, let's just cut the stump as far down low, and maybe we'll get a grinder out here later. But man, these tree islands are the bane of my existence, and it's just gonna get worse. So the sooner I can just get rid of these, I'm not worried about the profits I'm gonna make off this. Literally, I mean, what, maybe a couple $100 worth of wood. Don't care. I'm just gonna chop these up and be done with them. Grab our truck. Let's head back down. There's like 3 or 4 more of these islands. You can kind of see them up ahead here as we pass the tractor lime in the field. Let's race. Let's race. No, we've got a couple of these little islands down straight ahead. I've got a couple on the left on the new fields we've made. These all got to go because I can't deal with it, guys. And it's like I said, once we really start getting into these fields and getting lots of helpers out here, the more that's going to cause us some problems. So without further ado, timber. Funny, like once we're done bucking the trees all up, there's really not that much wood anyways. I think we've got most of them. Look at all the bales we got on the left side there. We've got most. I think that's all of them. I don't think I got any more tree stands anywhere out in the middle of my field. So take all these. We'll go sell them all off. But what's the point? There's nothing here. Just it's gonna save me some time. So this is done. That was one of my little tasks for the next little while I needed to take care of, and it's done. We're gonna go buy the old ranch here. Can't wait to get that worked on. We got a lot of work still to do here, guys. We're down to almost $550,000. Klutch has got some work to do. Speaking of which, well, now we've got a John Deere planter sitting here. I had to rent this thing out, guys, just to get this done. Like I said, I wanted to make sure this got done somewhat efficiently and quickly. We've only got the small cedar, that Amazon cedar. Not messing around. We're renting something. We don't need to do this very often, so I'm just leasing it, getting it for one simple harvest or one simple planting session right now, and we're done with it. Don't want to deal with this anymore. It's expensive. I can't afford that right now. This would put us back into the red, to be perfectly honest. So just gonna get this whole grass field planted, and we'll be done with it. We'll move along. Simple. So let me finish off planting on this. Once this is done, we'll take a break for a couple months. Once this grows up, I'll catch you guys when we get down to harvest season once again. We'll see if we can get back to where we were. I feel like we're hemorrhaging money right now. We need to move her back up again. We're going in the wrong direction. All right, we'll see you guys in a few months. So that was a very profitable harvest for us. $1.75 million, and we're well on the way to rebuilding the ultimate $10 million ranch here on Western Wilds. And you know what we do when we get money? We always spend it all. So we've got a brand new Massey. It's not new, it's used. A used Massey. Of course, we abuse the used market like you wouldn't believe. Of course, we've got our 7810 and the 4755, all now with the fast balers. And I can't even talk because look at, we bought another 2 more Crone 580s. Yeah, we're really gonna start hitting this field hard now. Like, let's go. So everything's set up. We've got all our hired help out here, and we need a lot of hands, guys. We got a lot of equipment. We've got a baler for each Crone 580, and yeah, so I mean that's 6 people working this field all together at the same time. We ran our test bales, you can see back there, but things are about to get messy. I hope everyone's got their safety instructions on how to run all this equipment. Should be fine. I'm sure it'll be totally fine. I mean, yeah, there's lots of people that run the 580s, right? They're fairly straightforward, I hope. You know what? It seems to be working okay. Once it's set up, we're good to go. You just follow in line. Just follow in line. Cut what hasn't been cut. And then the balers, I mean, all you got to do is just follow right behind and follow that windrow. I don't think it's not rocket surgery. Let's be honest here, guys. This should work flawlessly, right? Totally flawlessly. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be totally flawless. But faster? Substantially. I mean, we're doing 3 times the amount of work right now versus what we did last time. I mean, we do have a lot larger of a field, mind you, but whatever. You know what? We've got $1 million in the bank account. We've managed to buy all this equipment now. We just got to get through these fields. This here is going to be the strategy going forward. We can do this as long as everybody knows their role and does not deviate. Know your role. Know your role. Oh boy, look at the amount of bales we're already cranking out here. Like, I think we almost need like a bales per second meter going up on the screen. It feels like there's quite a few bales here, chat. We've got almost all day to do this, so that shouldn't be a problem, but I want to get this done, get all these bales off the field again, and get this field reset. We need to relime and refertilize once this is done, but I can't start talking about that. Let's worry about the harvest first. So as we kind of finish up the first pass here down on this field, you can see why we decided to get rid of all those trees. Why those trees were going to cause us, those little tree stands were going to cause us issues. Now you know. Now you can see why I thought about that. And as we round our first corner, things are fairly smooth. I'm kind of concerned that some people may not understand how to corner. Gertie, I'll just get her on the radio. It'll be fine. She'll figure this out. But we have a few corners to come do. Down here shouldn't be so bad. I'm more concerned on the northern side where there's some tighter spots. Ugh. But that's a bridge we're gonna have to cross when we get there. We still got a little ways to go back up this side of the field, guys, and hopefully everyone just kind of follows along. It looks like everything's working. Everything's coming up clutch right now, to be honest with you. Look at this. I mean, lots and lots of bales. I can't even count how many bales there are. They're pumping them out so fast. Just wanted to take a quick second and appreciate the convoy of farm equipment coming behind us here. Everything's working out. We're just starting to run into some of the tighter spots right now, but everything seems to be just running swimmingly right now, and I don't want to jinx it, but man, this is it's all coming together slowly. As we come back up by the house, things are looking good. Everyone's rounding the edge, rounding the bends. There's a little bit of a tight corner in there, but man, look at this. You know what? You give proper direction and you have good equipment, things will work out, right? It sure seems that way right now. I'm pretty happy with how this is all coming together. Now, we've done our first headland technically. We'll not really call them headland, let's be honest. We're going to be doing laps. So we're going to cut back around on the left here and all the way back down. Look at the train of equipment behind us. Oh, that's ironic. Look at that. That's awesome. What are the odds of that popping up right there as we continue on down south, back through this again? Oh boy, this is great. There's a ton of bales we're getting off this, and everyone made it through that little Chinook. Not too bad. By Chinook, I mean chicane. Wow, Klutch. Come on. Get with the program.
What does that even mean? I don't know.
And harvest comes close to an end here. I've just got like a little tiny bit left to just kind of pick up what I can with the 4755. Just some tiny little bits here that have been left over in the field. We're going to grab these and then pick all these bales up, guys. And then, like I said, it's early still. It's not even 11 o'clock. It's a lot of bales, though. Holy, it's a lot of bales. We're going to get back in here. We'll hire some folks to come out and help out. Maybe do some liming and some fertilizing. Get these fields reset. So within another couple months, it'll be next year, let's be honest. We'll be able to get a cut early next year. In fact, you know what? Whatever we get off this is going to be the profits for the year. We're going to have to see where we're at, and we'll hopefully be able to go from there for the rest of the year. I've got to do a bunch of repairing, refueling. I mean, look at this tractor is in rough shape. We've got some stuff still to do to this, but harvesting is done. So that is a wrap. Time to just get into some liming. Like I said, it's only a little going on noon now, but I mean, look at the fields themselves. I'm really impressed with how well we're keeping them. Not a lot of lime needs to be put down. At least we're staying on top of this, so it doesn't cost us a lot every single time. It's just the time. That's the bigger problem. So it does cost us some time to do this, of course, but not a lot of lime has to get dropped since we're keeping those lime levels at the pH levels at an optimum level, and you just have to go around and quickly get her done. Also, we're optimizing our fields by scanning them fairly regularly. We're also just taking care of this. The 4755 also has sensors on it to help take care of that. Now, our bales, guys, there's so many bales. Look at the amount of bales. I didn't do a quick, I should do a count. We're got to be around 1,000, a little less than 1,000. There's a lot of bales there. There's a ton of bales to take care of. Okay, maybe it's like 600. Anyways, we'll take care of that next month. Man, I need to get that done. So we'll finish off. We got a little liming still to do here, and look at fertilizing's happening at the same time. You know what? Double duty. We're getting things done. Everything is happening. Let's get into a rhythm and let's get these fields ripping and rolling and just rotating through them. Everything's looking good. Everything's coming up clutch. Let's go. There we go. Bales have had time to ferment. They've gone from grass to silage, and our truck looks like a disaster. Holy, what a mess. Look at the bales, guys. Look at the stacks. We got some fat stacks here. Look at this. Is ridiculous. You know what? Time to get rid of these things. Let's get them all out of here. Let's make some profits. And oh, that's a lot of bales. We got a lot of trips to make. Speaking of which, let's take a quick look at the train yard and see what our market prices are at. And ooh, they're looking good, but dropping. Looking pretty good. If it's over 800 bucks, that's a really good price. And ready, there we go. One load already done. 225,000, a little bit more than 225,000 for one single solitary load. That ain't bad. Let's keep on rolling through this, guys. Like I said, we've got a lot of bales to take. Like, These, you know what? We got the best loaders in farm sim in here. I'm telling you, this is completely realistic and legal. Realistic and legal right now is still happening. It's still a thing we're doing. Let's get these off and see how many of these we can sell in the next little bit. And well, that price is nice and high, hammered down. Realistic and legal. There we go. Last load to the train station. We're up to 3.3 million. That was over 2.4 million in sales. $2.4 million worth of bale sales. That is ridiculous. That's pretty good. Things are coming together. I mean, it's the end of the year, end of year 3 going into year 4, and we're at $3.3 million now. And we have a plan. And okay, so things are looking good. I mean, all we have to really do now is rinse and repeat several times a year. We can cut. Let's go back through our storage area. And like I said, guys, all we need to worry about now is cleaning up all our equipment and getting ready for the next year. And if I could focus on those fields now and getting those numbers up higher, get those environmental scores up higher, it's just going to be that much better. We're going to make that much more money per harvest. So let's actually clean some of this stuff up. I mean, look at this truck. Let's clean this stuff up, get it ready for next year, take the winter off, and then get back at her come the spring. I mean, we're not going to be able to get in probably April-ish, I would think. By the time we'll have a decent amount, maybe May. And then it's, once again, like I said, literally rinse and repeat. Wax on, wax off. Well, welcome back in the start of year 4. And if you expected anything too differently, you're going to be disappointed. I mean, our hay, it's April, is ready to go. We got rain coming today, but the hay is ready to be cut. And all the equipment, for the most part, is the same. Look at all this beautiful hay, beautiful equipment. Let's get to work. Starting with, well, let's get the little John Deere 7810 hooked up. Get this thing out of here. Connector on up to our baler. Same thing with our Massey. Grab this bad boy. The new Massey. I do love this Massey, guys. Let's get this thing spun around. The used Massey back to a baler as well. Back her on up, and let's connect this thing all up as well. Easy does her. Connect it up. And then lastly, of course, the 4755. Love the tractor. The turning radius on this thing is just ridiculous sometimes. That's the only problem. Same with it. Let's connect her up to the baler. And once we get all these connected up, stop. There we go. Connect her on up. Let's line them all up out front and prep this all up. But I think we've got everything going, guys. The Massey, both tractors. Oh, man. Things look good. All right. Let's go over, get hooked up into our Krone 580s and get out in the field, get this started. We've got, well, you guys know how this is going to work, right? It's gonna come together. It's all coming together. We'll see what we can make off this, but I think we're well on our way right now. Things are looking good. Once again, the crew is all here, fired up. Got our test bales already kicked out the back, and all we got left to do is, well, cut some silage down here, guys. That's the last thing we got to do. Well, it's the big thing we got to do. I mean, everyone knows their role now. We all know our role. We have a plan. Everyone understands the plan, and we're just going to get at her. I mean, look at this. We got the convoy happening once again. This convoy, I mean, it's definitely not the easiest thing to do, but at the same time, it might be the most effective. And I mean, I think we've got it almost down to a science now. I mean, look at the precision we are running. Yeah, everyone knows their role. So one interesting problem I have ran into is when we have a worker, one of our employees, run the 4755 on the most inside track. It runs into some problems. The turning radius, like I said, is not great on this particular tractor. I should probably run with the Massey or the 7810 on the most inside track just so it can turn a bit sharper. Just something to know. Man, this thing is just a bit of a behemoth. But I mean, other than that, we're picking up pretty much everything. And this is not no slouch of a yield either. Like, the yield's starting to come up actually considerably. It's going to be a fairly good payday. I think the more we focus in on getting the yield up on these fields, properly taking care of them, and getting that to maximize the amount of yield we're getting off this and the environmental score, it's just going to make it better and better. We're slowly even inching up, even now with these fields that have been a couple of seasons in. So let me show you here, guys. Even the fact that we've got some brand new fields here, we're getting some really good environmental scores off this just because of the way we've been working these fields. Constantly in here, we're liming, we're fertilizing, we don't have to plow them really. The bigger problem, of course, is we're not really doing with weeds either. So that's one thing I need to figure out still, to see if we can maybe maximize that one more level, get us to the tippity top. Of course, harvest has been going fairly smooth, but one minor problem, we've almost ran out of fuel on a couple pieces of equipment. I should have probably taken care of this before. Oh well, it's all right. We've got a trailer. We can go use this to go fill this up. Just take it out to the field, fill all our equipment back up again. We're almost done though. It's almost done. It's just the last little push into the bigger part of the field down the bottom part here. And we'll see here, guys. Like I said, 3.3 million. We're getting around $2.5 million per harvest right now. We might be able to make our goal by the end of the year. Fill this bad boy back up full of fuel. Yeah, she was pretty low. I mean, the warning lights were all on. That's never happened before.
You know you're lying.
We just got to keep on planting. Well, not even planting. Just keep on harvesting, cleaning up the fields, liming, fertilizing, and everything's going to be good. So let me finish off this field and we'll get to clean it up. There we go. That's another harvest completed. Clean up all this equipment. And, you know, I'm trying to do my best to worry about maintenance on this stuff, but man, there's a lot of stuff here, it seems like. Oh, and there's the John Deere, the 7810's finally making its way back in the field too. Last one. Still lots of stuff to clean up. So I think we now have our strategy set. I don't think we're going to do anything too differently from now on. I mean, look at all the equipment we got here. We got our 3 tractors that are mid-range with the fast balers, the Vicon fast balers, and we got the Krone 580s. Guys, I don't know what else I could do to make this that much quicker other than maybe buying another Krone. But I mean, the bales we're getting off these fields is ridiculous. I mean, there's a lot of bales. Making $2.5, probably $3 million per harvest now. Per harvest. So we're getting at least 2 of those harvests per year. You could do the math on that, guys. That's going to put us over our budget, our goal of $10 million by year 5. We're in the middle of year 4 right now. By the end of the year, we could potentially have met our goal. And, well, we could be at $10 million. And of course, that's legally and realistic. Right? Holy, this is a lot of bales. Whose idea was this? Why did I decide to do this? I made so many freaking bales. This is ridiculous. Come on. Well, guys, we're back on Western Wilds trying to make our $10 million in 10 years. Well, legally and realistically. And you know what? Things, I can't complain. Things have been going very well. We've got a system set up. We've got this whole plan, this way of working things out right now. And it's actually working fairly well. So where we left off in our last episode, we just had to pick up some bales. We're in early spring of year 4 right now. We have $3 million in the bank account. We're just picking up these bales that we built. There's a lot of bales. There's roughly 700 and some odd bales here. It's it takes a hot minute to pick these bales up. There's a lot. We even got this brand new little area I've made for stacking our bales down on the southern section. And this way is a little bit closer to, well, where we're going to be selling everything off, of course. However, there is a slight problem right now, and that is, well, our sale prices for our silage bales. Guys, they're just not looking that great right now. I mean, we're looking at, what, $769 a thousand on silage bales at the train yard. I've kind of put it into my head that I want to be above $800 per thousand. So I don't think we're going to be able to sell anytime soon. So I guess we're storing for the time being. So since we're not worried about, well, selling anything right now, we can focus our attention on field care. Can we please get these fields like as good as possible? That's the goal. So lime, let's drop all the lime we possibly can. You know what? We've been on top of our lime. So really liming this field, it doesn't really take that much. In fact, I can usually do it pretty close to having with one full trailer here. Really quite convenient. And then, of course, we're going to fertilize as well. Now, I typically lime first, fertilize second. No real reason. The fertilizer spreads further, so that's the reason in my head, at least. I don't know. I don't know if it makes much of a difference. I don't think it matters. For the most part, we all get it done. We do have to fill up the fertilizer because we go through a little bit more fertilizer than lime. which, I mean, you know what? It's raining too. That's not helping us, I don't think, is it? It doesn't really matter, does it? Yep, there we go. We're out of fertilizer. Well, you can see we've got quite a bit done. Liming's almost done here, but you know what? The nice thing is where our current ranch is located, it's fairly close to bulk sales, so I don't have to deal with those stupid pallets and try and load all those in. They got bulk sales, easy load. I can just have to go for a quick cruise. We'll head up that way and we'll load her up. Yeah, and this is all it takes, guys. Simply back up to the truck and we can load on up with some bulk sales instead of dealing with pallets. So much faster, so much cheaper, so much better. But I've got another plan now in order to make us more money. So I know what you're saying. How are you going to do that, Klutch? I mean, our fields look pretty good, but look at this. If we look through our environmental score on our fields, we're getting like a bit of a negative because of our weed control. I know, our weed control. You look at it into our graphs, weed control is giving us a bit of a negative. It's not allowing us to get our ultimate high scores. But the funny thing is, if you look through our fields, there's no freaking weeds. So, gotta find a way to fix that. And the only thing I can think of, guys, is, well, maybe renting a sprayer? I don't know. I don't have any weeds to spray, but I got a sprayer. I've filled it up. We're gonna go spray these fields with nothing really, I guess, because there's no weeds to spray. We'll do it. Yeah, so this cost me about $4,500 to lease. Hopefully I don't need it for more than an hour or so. Plus I had to buy the herbicide just to have it in. I probably shouldn't have bought as much as I did, but we got a full tank of 3,300 liters in there. Whatever, it is what it is. Now the funny thing is, guys, I don't get weeds on these fields. It's the grass fields, the coverage is too good for weeds to pop through. But in order to maximize my environmental score, I still need to drive over top of this with this. And I'm not spraying anything. This is the spot sprayer as well, so it's not going to use anything. I should have just not put like a liter of herbicide in here. Oh well, too late now. Let's just get her done, I guess, and see what happens. All right, guys, we finished spraying those fields. Didn't use a drop, not a single freaking drop of herbicide. And look at, this is what we get. I mean, I don't want to complain, but we're at 97 on this field now. Everything's maxed itself out. Look at this. The weed control, even though we did nothing, went all the way up, except for this one field. The bottom left field, for some reason, didn't go up. I don't know what I did wrong with that one. That doesn't make any sense. The rest of our fields all got proper weed controlled out, even though I didn't spray a single thing on these fields. Go figure. Oh well, time to move on. Summer's here. We're still just working on side projects. I got nothing else to do until that hay matures a bit more. Just working on repairing some stuff, making sure our equipment's in good shape. And soon enough, we'll be back into the field again. Still waiting for hay in season. Another month to go at least. And just like that, July's here. Our hay is looking good. It's time to get all in the field. You guys know how we do this by now, right? Like, we're becoming old hat at setting this up and getting this rolling. I mean, really, it's just as simple as running out a few test bales, getting our ranch hands ready, set up so that they know what our jobs are going to be. So they just simply have to toe in line and follow what I'm doing for them. Very simple, straightforward stuff. And as long as our ranch hands are available to work for us, guys, this makes this field so much faster. I mean, at least in size, we're still traveling pretty slowly. So there we go. Everyone is set up, knows their tasks. Bales have been tested. I think we are ready to rock and roll. Let's go get that front harvester, the front combine, the front swather, and we'll start taking care of this field right now. Let's go. All right, let's get going. Pitter patter. Now, you know what? If we knock our cruise control down just a touch, well, we'll see. Most of the time, around 4 to 5 miles an hour is what the balers can seem to handle. So I don't want to be much faster than that. I want to keep everyone fairly close together. So as long as we stay a little bit ahead of them, make sure they're always moving, everything else should be fine. But yeah, 4 to 5 miles an hour tends to be the speed we're going at. See what I mean? Even at like, what, 7 miles per hour, look how far ahead we can get beyond these balers if we don't pay attention. But I mean, if we go back and check on them, they're all doing just fine. I just don't want to get too far ahead, otherwise things could kind of get squirrely. I don't need any messing around. I got to keep them all focused on what they're doing. Nothing worse than unfocused workers. And just like that, field is coming to a wrap. There you go. Look at it. Can we do a wrap? Nah, funny. Anyways, there you go, guys. We did that whole field. Hour and a half, 2 hours or something along those lines is our harvest time on this. Not too shabby with the help, which is kind of nice to have. It's slow go, but she gets done. But really, that's only half the battle, since I still have to pick up all the bales afterwards and stack them all up over here. That takes some time as well. Another hour or so just to stack all these bales. Whatever, it gets done. And it's pretty satisfying to see them all done like this. I kind of like stacking these all up over here. It's a lot of bales. We got over 1,000 bales here now. Kind of crazy. Oh well, we got maintenance still to go do. Let's go fix up the rest of our equipment. Make sure everything's ready to go for the fall. Quickly top everything up with some fuel from, well, all of our mowers, even down to all of our tractors. They're all running really low. We kind of neglected the fuel. Do a little bit of maintenance too, wouldn't hurt. And then come the fall, we can finish off our last harvest of the year. This is what's left of it, guys. I did a whole harvest, and you know what? I mean, we have silage bales for days. We have 1,500 plus silage bales. We have a ridiculous amount. This has got to be enough. Please tell me this is enough to get to our 10 million. We need roughly $7 million. Is this $7 million worth of silage bales right here? Please tell me this is 7 million. There's a lot. I almost need like a post a guard out here. Look at how many freaking bales this field gave us. Oh boy. Going back through our field analysis, just checking out to see where we're going to be. I mean, we're averaging 93 now. Our environmental score's way up there, which should give us a pretty good boost on all of our sales. This should give us a bit of a boost. Hopefully, like I said, we did our math right. We were averaging around that $3 million per harvest. It should put us right around that $10 million mark. I mean, the math in my head saying we should be there. I don't know yet. We're going to have to wait and see. Prices right now, $781 going up. So by next month, guys, we should be over that $800, which is the threshold in my mind, with my math at least. Yeah, so somebody want to do the count on me? $800 per 1,000, and we have a roughly this many bales. Yeah, just do a quick count. Just let me know. Do we have enough? Is there $7 million here? Can someone let me know? I don't know if we have enough. I feel like this is enough. I need to carry the 2 times by the point. Yeah, I don't know. I'm at a loss right now. So we went and took a nap until the next month, and apparently sleeping has broken the space-time continuum. Or maybe it's the fermenting of the silage bales has broken the space-time continuum, because yeah, this is not good. This is some low frames. What is going on? I think we broke something. Never mind. You know what? Since we got to noon, it was fine. It's just before that, I guess it needed a Snickers. It needed to get some food in it to be fine. I'm not sure what happened, but we're good now. Things are happy. My next problem, since we're still trying to do this legally and realistically, but I need to speed things up to some degree and help us out. We're still trying to we're still pushing in that direction, but we need to load up. I mean, there's a lot of bales here, guys, and I don't want to make that many trips. I really don't want to make that many trips. So I've come up with a solution, and this is going to be what my solution is. Well, it's more of the same is really what I'm telling you. I mean, don't be too disappointed. I mean, I don't know what you expected. It's just we're doubling. We're doubling and bettering our driving solution, our transporting solution right now. So instead of just taking a small good-sized load of 60 some odd bales, now we could take a load of like 100 and some odd bales. I think it's about 136, 134. I don't even know. There's a lot of bales we could fit on these 4 trailers now. And I mean, we got a lot of bales to pick up, so that makes sense, right? Let's see here. Can we just go through here and pick all these up? Boom. Yeah, we can. There we go. That's better. Look at the amount of bales. That's a lot on this trailer. That's just a few bales on here, guys. 4 trailers full. I love that. Oh yeah, that looks great. Road train coming through, a little off-road road train. Watch out. I don't think you're going to want to run any traffic on this road. This could be bad news. And then the tedious process of, well, trying to load these all on the train. Yeah, this is fun. You can only fit a little bit on here, and it didn't quite make it big enough. Didn't quite make it big enough, so you got to do it more than a half dozen times. It's fine, it'll get done, but man, what a pain in the keister. And not to mention, you got to do it for 4 trailers full. I think I've got a problem with the third one, though. I seem to be missing some bales on that trailer. I think there's a problem. Yeah, only a minor problem. I mean, if you consider the fact your bales are in a creek and strewn across a field, a problem. Whoops, maybe someone should strap that down better. Man, there is something super satisfying about being able to pull through these massive rows of bales and just watching the ball just kind of pop on there. Getting full loads, I mean 100 and what, some odd, 136 bales just like that. Super satisfying. Absolutely love that. And as we come down to the nitty gritty, there's just one bale that was popped on here. Look at this, we're about to hit 10 million. Let's sell this bad boy on off. And sure enough, we should have $10 million. Mission accomplished. I can't believe we actually got 10 million before year 5. We're just going into year 5. We're in November. We hit $10 million in half the time I'd given myself. I can't believe that. So our math turned out to be pretty darn good. Look at this. We got one more trailer plus a few more bales. But realistically, I can't believe how close we were to mathing out that $10 million guesstimate earlier on how many bales we needed. I mean, I don't want to say I guessed, but I did. So since we're waiting for our last bit of bales to sell, I thought, you know what, maybe I'll snoop around, take a load off. Got a little bit of time to relax now, right? I mean, good fishing hole, maybe. I got time to maybe go do some fishing before next spring when we build. But something kind of piqued my interest. I come in here and I noticed there's this map with some nuggies on it, and I need to try to figure this out because I do notice, well, we found a certain nuggie out in the middle of our field, and there's all these other nuggies we can go find apparently. And you know, if anybody's gonna find some nuggies, it's gonna be this guy. I think it's time to go on a nuggie hunt. Now, according to the map, our first nuggie is up in this rock formation, down into a cave, and way down in here. Hey, there it is. Ooh, that's a good spot for a hiding spot for a nuggie. Looks like we got one up on this little silo. We got one on a roof. That seems like a weird spot. And then I realized there's one back right where we're selling all our bales, but it's in the middle of this lake. You know what? Let's see if we can make a swim over there and then boost ourselves up. Come on, let me up here. Oh, come on, I can't grab it, guys. I can't grab it. It's right there. I could touch it with my tongue pretty much. Fine, I'll climb up this hillside and then we'll go around. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's totally fine. I'm good at rock climbing. And then cross over here and then just hold on tight. Don't fall in the water. Just down. There we go. And then see, no problem. A little bit of parkour and it's ours. Done. Oh, look, another one right by the rail yard too. I feel like this is a bit of a get. I mean, it's right by this guy's campsite. Oh, well, you know what? I don't hear anybody. Let's just get out of here. Gonzo. Okay, this one I just saw on the way by feels a little unnecessary. I mean, do I really need to go through a slurry pit just to get a nuggie? Oh, I just fell into. Of course I did. Oh well, whatever. Free nuggies. Just stay out of this. Stay out of the slurry. I mean, really, they just seem to be hidden all around in here. This little area. We got a couple more. It's just kind of hidden in plain sight. All right, now we're out on our way out into the woods. It looks like we've got some camps or something way out in the woods we got to go check out. Well, the map is showing that it's here. It must be up at the very top of this fire tower. Let's go on up, get on through. Nothing, no one up here. I don't see much up here. Interesting. Huh. There's nothing here. Like nothing. Nobody's here. I don't see anything. Oh yes, that's sneaky. Yeah, put it down at the bottom. That makes perfect sense. Nice touch. Oh, look, another fire tower. Let me just double check and make sure nothing on the bottom this time. Okay, good. All right, let's go back up top. Of course it's not here either. Yeah, of course it's not. That would be too simple. What? So it's not here. It's not down below. Then where the heck is it? Oh, there it is in the grass beside. Like, did it fall out? Okay. A couple more rooftop hiders. Sneaky buggers. Now it also says we got one here at the fuel station. It's pretty much on the gas bars, but let me guess. Rooftops are gotta be its thing. Look, we got a ladder strategically placed. Let's just see if I can put this into place here. Just lift this on up. There we go. Push that on out, and we'll climb up on top of this. Yeah, and then of course over onto the gas bar there. We've got another ladder. Can I just lift this up? Oh, I can lift this up, and we could just kind of slap this down onto there. Into place. Good, perfect. And then maybe just move it so, you know, it's perfectly placed 2x4. Makes perfect sense. And then we should be able to cross over. And golden nuggies in our pockets. Nice. And lastly, we've got a few more left around, well, what's going to become our ranch, you guys. Just a few more located here, and we should have everything. I mean, I don't know if I'd use that as a wheel chalk, but hey, who am I to judge? And lastly, in the manure pit, of course, of all places. Yeah, there it is. Last one right at the very back. Thank you. I'll take that. So that is all of our nuggies collected. Decent extra little payday there. What, $1.4 million, a little less, 1.3 million, maybe 1.4. But this is the house, guys. We're going to be rebuilding all of this soon. So stay tuned for that. Make sure if you're not subscribed already, if it's still red at the bottom, go hit that big red subscribe button so you don't miss out when the build comes on this massive ranch. We got $11.4 million to rebuild this with. I think we got enough money to do more than enough damage to fix everything up on this. Well, guys, today we are doing our farm build. This has been a long time coming. We have over $11 million in the bank, and it's time for us to say goodbye to our little silage farm that we've got going on here and move along to something much grander. Are you guys ready for this? Let me, well, you know what? We gotta go for a quick cruise. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but what's the first thing you would buy when you end up becoming a millionaire? I mean, not to brag, but I don't think there's any better way than showing up in a helicopter to really get yourself noticed, right? I mean, really. Yeah, we the first thing we bought, a helicopter, of course it is. So let me give you a tour of what we got planned here on Western Wild. I mean, at least I hope it's going to be something. I got plans here, and we'll see how this works out for us. But we've got 11 million bucks. I planned to have $10 million, and to be perfectly honest, I can't believe how quickly we managed to do this. I mean, we're only on year 5 right now. We've done 5 years of being the silage king on Western Wilds, and it's proven pretty fruitful. I mean, yeah, we've really only got the one field that we've worried about for the most part. We've made it into one giant field. That's been enough to make over 5,000 bales and, well, really pay for what we want to do next. And, well, this is what we want to do next, right ahead of us. We want to restore the old ranch to more than its former glory, guys. I mean, this is an old, dilapidated ranch here. I think it's time we tear absolutely everything down in here and really make it something new. Go to town and we'll clean it all out and rebuild this to something that's completely different and unrecognizable and much better. In fact, one of the things that kind of bugs me is this whole canal system. I want to get rid of this canal system. I want to change this canal system, at least in here. I want to make it better and make it more interesting. Right now, it's kind of, well, it just kind of goes right through this area. Kind of boring. We need to fix that. As well, the way this layout is in this farm right now, this is not going to work for us. We're going to need to change all the way this works right now. I mean, they got a silo system kind of right there. The house over in the corner here. This is all going to change, guys. We're going to knock all of this down. So, you know what? Let's just get started with this. I don't think there's any point in messing around. We're going to start building right now. Just make sure I don't hit any power lines on the way down. Set her down nice and gently. There we go. Perfect. All right, guys. So in order to get started building this place, we need to tear all of this down. This is my plan. Of course, the entryway is still going to stay here. Everything's coming down though here. All the wood. We're going to rebuild all this. Down on this corner right here, I'm thinking maybe silo system down here. Clean all this out. I think that's what we're going to do. Silo system. Pretty much right over here. Now, back corner, we're probably going to put our main... Well, we'll have one barn probably over there. Maybe another smaller barn here. But this corner... Once we move all these old animal pens out of here, this, I think, could become where our house is going to be. Now, we're going to need to change this a little bit. I want to make this a little bit more grandeur. I got a plan. It's going to be nice. It's going to be more than what this could possibly be right now. So we need to clean all this out and then put our house, I think, is going to be kind of over in this corner, but it's going to end up taking up probably a lot of this land right here. And then as we kind of go back up towards the main house, of course, this old silo is coming down. We'll probably have some shops up in here. I think our main shop will be either like right where the house is now or on this side, maybe some more shops across this back corner as well. Now you're saying, Klutch, what about the animals? Oh, don't worry your heads. I got you covered on the animals. I think this far pasture, we're gonna do something with the river, the canal, the irrigation canal. We're gonna do something about this and probably put something on the far side. I think all our animals can go over there and it'll be somewhat separated from the house that way, and then they can have our pastures on that far side. Pick it up when I'm throwing down. Good. Let's get started here. You know what? You got to clean this place up before you can do anything else. Let's do that. All right. Trusty chainsaw. First off, power lines going through the middle. We don't want any of them. Let's get rid of these guys. Cut her nice and low. Boom. Loose scrap. Gone. All right. Last one here is we're getting rid of all the trees. I want the trees. The trees look pretty, kind of. But most of the trees. We're going to get rid of some trees. But for the most part, trees are going to stay. Okay, so while I don't want to get rid of all the trees, definitely don't want to get rid of them all, I do want to get rid of just a few of these. And is there really any better way than with the T-Rex? I think the T-Rex is going to help us take care of that. Something fierce. We'll just get this down here, unload her, and let's go knock down some trees, shall we? So this here whole area down by the old barn and the old, is like a greenhouse there. This is the area I want this completely cleared out because we got a big silo system I want to put in here. So let's unfold the pipe first, even though we don't really worry about it. Let's do that and then clean all of this out. Get rid of all these trees, everything in here that's going to cause us any grief. And then we can get in here with some building. And like I said, the silo system, probably about $1 million silo system we'll probably put in here. That's going to be the biggest expense. It's really the silo system. So we'll get that fired up, get that done right off the bat. And then from there, we'll see what we need for other areas. Because I'm thinking like over in that corner, we may need to clear some more trees out, but I may not. Look at all the room we got now. All right, let's clean all this stuff out. Start getting rid of all the buildings next. Blammo, nice. I love how we get charged for all this. And last of all, the house. Gonzo. And you know what? We still have fences we got to get rid of here. So we can clean all these out as well. And I've got all that old dilapidated fence that goes all the way around this old farm. Kind of a pain to clean all these out, but they gotta go. I don't want these, but once this is done, I think we're good to go, guys. We can start building. I think everything's cleaned. I think we're good. All right, silo is built. I'm gonna put a bunch of just smaller silos down along here, just for seeds, for lime, for fertilizing. Nothing too crazy, but probably 3 or 4 of these. Okay, so there is the silo system. Everything's set up. We got our bulk fill over here. Of course, we got a little bulk station over there, a little building for that. I want to put like a little fuel station. Now, I'm going to put a building down here for storage of some small pieces of equipment, some small tractors. Kind of back in the corner here, I'm thinking. You can also use the, there's a loft on this building as well, which I'm kind of cutting off over here a little bit. I don't know if we're going to be able to use that or not. I don't know if I need to use it, to be honest with you, either. So I'm going to put this back over in here. But then out in front, we want to put some fuel areas and use this as a fuel area, guys. So now that we have that, we have our fuel depot area. I want to put a little bit of a building down over here. It's kind of a drive-through shop. So this is going to connect right back into the roadway system. That's eventually going to lead to our cattle area. Now we're going to keep on moving along. We're going to have some larger buildings down here. Of course, this is going to be our main house. So let's actually figure that out, because that's going to be, yeah, this is going to be the big kahuna. This is going to decide a lot. Let's get rid of this. We need to start landscaping, guys. My plan is, you know me, we like to raise up everything. I want our house to be up. Everything's so flat down here. I want this raised at least a little bit. I think a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. So let's see what we can figure out here. Let's get this so it's a little bit bigger. Clean this all up. Get rid of this. I think, let's see here. Like, what's going to be our height? I mean, I could go up to like that height right there. That's not too absurd, I would think. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe like right about there. And then, okay, we'll flatten this on out, and we'll see how much space are we going to get here. Do I have to cut some trees down? Do we need to make this bigger? I might have to get rid of some of those trees. We'll see. All right, the mound is built. It's not overkill. I think it's actually reasonable. I thought about going absolutely overkill. I've done overkill in the past. Let's not do overkill. This we could probably work with. Now, I do need to build some kind of a pathway that kind of comes up here. So let's see if we can do that. I'm going to go to this height. Let's make it a little bit bigger. There we go. And we'll just see if we can kind of ramp this on up. There we go. Get it so it ramps on in, something along those lines there. Okay, now I know it looks like garbage still. It's okay. It has to look like this first. I need to figure out, I just needed a definition on where everything's going to be going. So from here on, I need to build this up and make this look better, of course. Now we have an idea, base guidelines on where everything's going to be. Got a little bit of space up here to turn around. I think this might just be grass. I don't even know if I'm going to keep this yet. I might even move that down. I'm more worried about this area up here. The backside we can't really see, so I'm not too concerned about what that looks like. I mean, you're going to be hard pressed to see anything up there once we color that in. throw some grass on there, throw some shrubs on it, you can't see it. But like areas like this is really what I'm worried about, this whole walkway here, because you're going to see that from pretty much everywhere. So I'm going to focus on my attention on that. And we're going to put some rocks up on this, guys. We're going to build this up with a bunch of rocks, make it look pretty rustic, pretty rough. Now, the key is you don't want to be too far up because it's going to pop through there. But I do want to get it in so she's in nice and deep. And then you can stack these, which is even nicer. What happens now when I take the old landscaping brush out? Try and flatten this out. Not that much, not that much. It does go over top, right? Yeah, it did too. Good, 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 good. Okay. So it's kind of landscaped over top of it. And you got some outcropping right there. Cool, cool, cool. All right, I like that. This is probably a good time to remind you guys, if you haven't watched the first few episodes on this series, go back in the playlist. You can see how we got to 11 million bucks, how we got to that point, what we did to get there. It was a lot of bailing, but I think you will enjoy it. Go check those videos out. Make sure there's a card up in the top for the first video in this series. There's 3 videos before this one, so go check those out. But this one here is all about the build today. Trying to find just the right way to make this mountainside look proper. Like, look, that looks pretty good right there, I think. I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with how that's coming in together. Problem is, I don't want them to come out too far either. You want to make sure that everything's coming around this corner, right? There you go. So that actually looks pretty good. It kind of built on up around this corner. Everything has been painted that's into the ground. Of course, you can terraform after you've put these down, so it's not like it's the end of the line for you. There you go. So it's a lot of work right in there. I have to admit, there's a lot of rocks in here, but we're gonna keep on building this up. I'm gonna probably build this corner up so it's like this, but that's gonna be our driveway. Let me build for a bit here. Yeah, for the most part, house is done. For the most part, I mean, we have like a little bit of tweaking to do, some fencing, decorating. Everything's good there as far as the landscaping for the most part goes. But all right, next up, main shop. The main shop is going to be right in here. I need to clean some space though. We need a little bit of space gone in order to make it work up. Down below of us, there's just not enough space here. So let me clean some of the shrubberies back. And it'll make our shop look a little bit bigger, right? I'm really trying not to get rid of everything. I do want to keep some trees already in place, so I don't have to do it later on, and I can kind of use that to build around in a way. It kind of gives me a little bit of a guideline. So we've got a row of trees back here that are kind of just protecting the shop from the road. I think I'm going to leave those all alone. Yeah, leave them alone, especially the pine trees, because they don't change obviously in the winter. They stay the same, so it kind of hides any defects that we might have put in our rock wall. All right, that should work. I think we got enough space here for the main shop. Yeah, let's give that a shot. All right, main shop going in. Let's see if I wait on top of where I'm standing pretty much. Like I said, I don't want to be into the trees, but just out in front of. That should do. That'll do perfectly. So it's back a little ways from the road here that goes by us. And then, yeah, that'll work, guys. That's perfect. Lots of space out front to move equipment around. I like it. Now, next door to this, where the old house was, I got a plan to put a tool shop right back here is my plan. We'll line it up with this building because it's the same, roughly the same dimensions. And then, yeah, that'll look good. And then, of course, we've got to return all the fences that we knocked down. So like I said, I want to find a way to make this different. Really don't like this. So I do have to be mindful of our access points, of course. Probably a bridge here. Of course, we do have the main bridge that's already pre-built for us. And I'm probably going to do something right either here or here. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. But I need to... You know what? Maybe we should start with that. We should start by building this first bridge. So let's do that. And then we can go from there. So let's see here. What do we have for bridges? We don't have anything that's... Just use something very straightforward and simple. There we go. We'll go right there. We'll get rid of that tree in a bit. We got a small bridge going across now. That's fine. I'd like to build a lake or some kind of a pond. I don't know yet how this is going to work. I want to change the way that this is all diverts in here. I'm not a fan of how this looks right now, so I do want to change how this all works up. So first of all, I want to change where the bridge is. The bridge can stay where it's at. I want to change the way the river flows up to it. And maybe we'll do it on both sides? Or just the one side? Maybe this side here. We can kind of change that up a little bit? Yeah, maybe a little bit. We can change that. And then from that on the back side of this, we'll make a bit of a, let's see here. How can we do this? If this is going to be the pond on this side, because this will be smaller, we'll have to build, yeah, we'll build a bit of a creek that kind of flows out of this and into a bigger pond. That's the plan. Okay. I think I got it started. Let's see what I can do. All right, rocks are in place. Looking good. Pond is built to some point. Kind of changed my mind on something. I still want to build some more hay storage over on this side. Well, we're getting there. You got the large open cattle area. You got a couple cattle barns over here. You got some fermenting silos. Things are coming together. Now, we do need to build, just give an idea what kind of roadways we're going to have here is what I'm doing right now. We can build one right down the side here. And then this is going to come around this way and then connect into these bridges. So we're going to have one go this way, one go up this way. All right, guys. Well, that's it. We've got it down pat for the most part. I've got a lot of decorating still to do, but this is the brand new ranch on Western Wilds. Now, our overall cost is about $2.5–3 million bucks. No equipment yet, of course, so equipment's still to come. And we didn't get charged for landscaping, of course, either. So you can infer what you want for that. The ranch itself cost us almost $3 million to build. Now, the entryway. You can see right here. Well, I try to keep this open as much as possible so we have some room. But the overall design, you're going to notice the actual layout is very similar, of course, to what the original layout is. I kept all the trees for the most part, and we just built where we could around them. Immediately to the right, you can see we've got our silo system with our bulk fill stations as well. We've got some storage over here for some bulk goods, and then just entryways onto a roadway system out here if we do need. But yeah, massive silo system. This was the one single, I think, most expensive thing to build. Just past our silo system on the right, we have a small drive-through shed. This one just kind of connects actually to the back road here. So you can drive right through this shed. We can probably store whatever we want here, from planters, cedars, whatever it might be. Across the road, on this one here, you've got our fuel station and then a small building here. And this is going to be kind of for storing fuel type items is what I'm thinking, like your fuel trailers, maybe a fuel truck, small fuel truck. It does have a bit of a getaway. Ooh, with some trees coming through upstairs, which I do love. And as we continue on, this was probably the biggest project, guys, building the house. I think it turned out pretty good. We've got rocks all the way around this house. It's up on a platform, probably what, 30-40 feet up in the air maybe. And yeah, this house is up by itself up here. It's got the big deck off the back, and well, we even have a lookout over there. More on that in a second. We'll look out that way later. As we leave the house, of course, we have, well, some parking with our mandatory basketball. And we've got probably our main shop building. Now, interesting thing about this particular building, I didn't notice this. This is probably where I'm going to keep my combines, large equipment, that type of thing. I didn't know this because from the outside, it doesn't look like there's a door there. But yeah, guys, there's a door on this side of this building. We'll use this as maybe an air out, a clean out area. I obviously am not going to bring equipment down this side. I kind of put the fence here to prevent that, but it's there. I'm just ignoring it. You guys just ignore, it's not really there. Now, right next door to that, we've got our main repair shop. We've got some more parking down here for whatever suppliers, whatever else might be. But our main repair shop is in here. Nice open bays. Look at how nice and bright this place is. And then lastly, more of a small storage garage, cold storage area out here as well, with a couple garage bays just before we head back to the main entryway. So that's the whole loop right there, guys. There's the main entryway. We did the whole loop of the compound. But of course, you guys know I built the animal area off to the back. So let's go take a look, see what that's looking like now. So most likely the main entryway from our farm is going to be, well, right about here. Now, like I said, I wanted to change the way that this little irrigation ditch performed, and I think we did that. I think we definitely did that. Now it pipes through that rock canyon and then comes back out into a large lake area. Now, off to the left, if we go back over the water, there is a large shop. Plan on using that for hay storage, that type of thing. So this here is an old cattle barn. It's only pretty small. It's only like 45 head of cows that fit in here. And we've got some storage up on top. And then, of course, we've got a fermenting silo right here. And then on the far side, of course, you've got the massive cattle barn with the large pasture that goes along beside it as well. So wide open pasture, cattle are wandering everywhere out there. We put 60 head already in there. It doesn't even look like there's any in there yet, to be honest with you. And then, of course, some more hay storage there. So this side of the pond, basically this side of the creek, guys, it's all cattle all the time. Now, in case you were wondering, yep, you can swim through the creek and it brings you back out into where you need to go. And then the other one goes all the way back out again and kicks back out around, and you're back on the way out again. Now, at one point, there was remnants of a road right, well, pretty much here. And if you look hard enough, you probably still can find some evidence of it. There's certain spots you can't build in here. But you know what? I think we've hidden well enough. You're probably not going to know it unless you really look hard for it. And now we've got this awesome little walkway that walks across onto these rocks over top. And you can go out to this lookout tower we've built all the way up on top here that looks over top your cattle area. I think this is pretty sweet. This is a pretty cool little lookout area. I'm pretty happy the way this turned out. Now, this project actually turned out to be way bigger and way more ambitious than I kind of anticipated, guys. I did not plan on doing, well, all of what we just did down here. Let me just jump up on top. This kind of was my idea originally, the house and the main farm. This area and the way this water all worked out, this just kind of came to me, and it ended up being a lot bigger, more difficult project than I expected. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun to do. We're going to start putting some equipment on this farm and maybe plow up some of the fields over in that neck of the woods over there. We got the money to do it now, so we'll get down to that. Well, guys, we've officially done it. The $10 million ranch has been built. We've done it. I don't know how we've done it. In fact, you know what? I'm going to give you all the details on how we went from, well, this little case right behind me to a $10 million cattle ranch. We're going to talk about that today, and we're going to see if we can expand this thing and get this ranch hopping. It's blown my mind on how we've done it all, to be honest with you. 5 years, $10 million ranch built. And don't forget, I mean, we tried to do this as legit, legally, and realistically as possible. They have very humble beginnings, and everything is kind of working out. It's kind of amazing how well we've done with this plan, and I'm super excited. You know what? I'll show you what we got going on this farm, guys. We'll take you for a cruise, and we'll start expanding today. All right? Let's start moving equipment. This stuff's got to go to the new ranch. And for those that have not seen the $10 million ranch, well, go check out our last video where we built this behemoth of a ranch. But this is it. This is the $10 million ranch on Western Wilds. I'm pretty happy about this place. I mean, there are some serious tracts of land, serious animal productions. I mean, this is going to be a fun ranch to run. And we're just kind of getting started with the actual ranch itself. Can't wait to show you guys what I got planned. But before we get too much into it, well, this equipment's all got to go back down. I've got to take all this to the ranch. And our new setup, if you missed our new setup, that's pushing the boundaries a little bit. These mowers, these silage mowers, the system has got to go back down to the ranch as well. We're going to be, well, we got to keep this going, that's for sure. This has been a great system. Go check out the live stream if you missed the last one. Boy, pretty sure I could sell some of this stuff off. I don't think we're going to be using that anymore, that's for sure. Don't worry, we won't sell you off. You're going to be like our historical preservation of this ranch. I think we're going to keep this right out front and center. I just don't think we're going to be using you anymore for actual any work, though. We've upgraded some things, and I no longer really need to have this as a workhorse anymore. This is just going to be purely for show, I think. You know what? As much fun as it's been to be out in the open station here, running these fields with this old case, guys, I'm much more excited about what we've got coming up here. Let me cruise this thing on down to the farm. This looks all good for now. I don't think I need anything down there right away. So let me go down and I'll we can talk about what we got planned and how we got here. I know you guys want to know exactly what we got here with. I'll show you the financials. It's actually been more than a few seasons since I've driven this. It's interesting still. All right, back at the main ranch, guys. And does this not seem fitting? I mean, going from humble beginnings of the 1030 up to, well, the quad track, of course. Yeah, it seems very fitting. The 620 is going to be our main, well, our big workhorse for this farm, and it just feels so right to move from the open station to this bad boy. I can't really say anything else about it, can I? So how did we get here? Well, with this ranch, what cost us so much money to build the $10 million ranch? Well, of course, you can see our new vehicles over the past couple months. We've been upgrading, of course. Cost us $5 million, almost $6 million in new vehicles alone. The vehicles are the most expensive part technically. Now, we did not pay for landscaping charges. Be mindful of that because we did do a lot of landscaping. Didn't have to pay for any of that. Now, livestock, another over 600 and some thousand in livestock, I guess, technically. Just a few bucks. They're almost 700,000. Construction costs, like I said, not a lot in construction costs. These are just buildings. There was zero landscaping costs. So construction costs are actually pretty reasonable considering if we had to pay for landscaping, it would probably not have been another $1 million at least, I would think. Of course, we did sell a few buildings here and there, so that's the rebate on that. Now, land purchase, another $1 million in land purchases we had to buy, of course, to get this ranch up and running. Vehicle costs, we don't worry about that for now. Leasing costs, there was some stuff we had leased that we used for one harvest. Got rid of that as well. And then we do have some miscellaneous charges. I'm not even sure what those are exactly off the top of my head. Regardless of which, that is where you come from. You got, well, $10 million right down there, folks. We still got $1 million technically in the bank account, but we're just kind of getting this whole ranch up and running. Now, we do have a bunch of new equipment, obviously, what was it, $5 million, $4 million in equipment purchases. You've seen, well, the harvesters were down over there. You saw the quad track. We've got a seed hawk right there. We've got a new truck and trailer. We've got a brand new, 400 series Case Magnum. We've got a few new pieces of equipment, of course, but we're going to need this for what we're planning on doing. Now, we're moving away from just being the silage king. We're finally moving away from being the silage. Well, let's be honest. We'll still be that. Ooh, that ain't gonna fit. Oh, that looks snug. Can we sneak it through here? Come on, suck it in. Oh yeah. We're good. It's like we had a plan the whole time. So, silage king. Well, yeah, we're still gonna be that. In fact, I mean, look at, you know what? Like I said, we're down to $1 million bones in the bank accounts, but we've already pulled off a whole bunch of silage, and I mean, it's still fermenting, but it should be good to go here very soon. But I mean, since the silage, I mean, this has been our only field to make this 11 million bucks. Since it's been so good for us, I think we should just bigger it up.
I want more.
Now, we've bought all the land out in this neck of the woods. We own everything out here. So why don't we just continue on down that path is the way I'm looking at this. Now, we're kind of in a bit of it's a growing season, of course. So yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time for it to regrow down here. But that's okay. We're going to have to rock pick, unfortunately, again, too, which kind of sucks. But hey, what do you do? So we're going to go all the way down here and all the way up. We're taking over this whole quadrant all the way down to the tracks there, guys. Okay, so we're pulling up a lot of rocks here, guys. I called up for some backup as well and had them buy some new equipment. We got a big old rock picker back there that's just following us around. Gertie's taking care of that for us, so we should be able to get all the rocks done in one go, hopefully. So we seem to be running into a bit of a problem with this plow. This is driving me crazy. Now, I'm going a little quick. I can slow things down, I suppose. Maybe I wonder if that'll fix things. Maybe we'll slow her down to, I don't know, what, 8? Maybe 9 miles an hour? Even that, look at that. I'm still missing stuff. I got to be able to do better than that. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I'm sick of dealing with this, guys. This is brutal. This is just absolutely brutal. I mean, look at this entire field as we're going through it here. I'm missing stuff, and I can't have that. All right, you know what, let's get somebody out where we'll place this thing. I got the cash to replace this. I don't care. We're getting rid of this thing. We'll see if this does any better. You know what, it looks better. Got case on case. That seems like that should be better for us, and off we go. Now, this is a little bit deeper, but at the same time may work out better because the rock picker is actually the right size, so maybe it'll work out better in the long run. Maybe. Now, it does seem to be pulling up some well, bigger rocks, of course, so it's fine though. It actually fits properly now with our rock picker, so we're not missing as much. It is what it is, guys. This is gonna work. We're losing a couple feet. I think we're down to 27 feet versus 30 feet. Whatever, it's all right. I gotta go back and clean up all that garbage in the middle of our field. But come on, man. Yep. Good plan. The eco-till, good plan. All right, well, that's a wrap for the extension on this field. On to plan B, and that is, well, it's time to diversify a little bit. Like I said, I don't know if I should do that first. I don't know. We got to replant this, of course. We got to put some grass seed down here so we get some hay, some more silage off this. But I got other plans. But I'm not going to tell you what those plans are yet because I think we've got time to plant that grass. I think we've got time right now. In fact, we're back at the farm. Let's go pitter-patter at this, shall we? Oh, yeah, brand new tractor smell. Like that. Seed hawk, build and ready to rock and roll. Let's go. Yeah, see, I mean, we only had, what, a 27-foot swath or width, I guess, on the on the plow. So this is substantially more, like probably double. This is going to take us no time at all by comparison to get through this field, and it's just going to be fairly seamless and quick and easy. I'm not worried about this at all. This is going to be good, so I want to get this done with so we can move on to the next part of our project. Let's get to the far side and we'll work our way back to the hay field here, or the silage field, I guess, technically. Silage King, moving on out. Now, guys, of course, this field, the new part, is going to take a little bit to be able to make the same type of profits we are off the main field because, well, we just plowed it up, of course. We've got to get it to the same state that the original field was at, and that's going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be something that's going to have to happen. Now, I probably should lime this first, but... oh, yeah, I should lime this first. Oh, I should lime this first.
You idiot!
It's okay. It's okay. Just ran up here to grab everything to take care of this with. I should have done this first. You know what? I could have done it afterwards. It wouldn't have really made a difference, to be perfectly honest. It wouldn't have mattered. But still, it's more time consuming, that's all. It's easier to get it done with now, and then I don't have to worry about it. That was stupid of me. And I still need to fertilize this again as well. Maybe we can wait off on that. All right, fine. We'll take care of liming. we've got Gertie out there working on it right now, and we might as well do this field while we're at it. It might as well be in one. We're gonna need to fertilize this, of course. Fertilizers in the seed hawk. I promised you about an hour ago I would start this, and always something else to do, it seems like, right? Let's go. Also managed to get fields analyzed, so don't have to worry about that anymore, at least. Unwrap that toolbar. There she goes. And time to put some grass seed down in the ground, guys. Fire away, quad track. First job for the quad track. Oh boy, been waiting for this thing for a while. Glad we have this now, brand new, 0.1 hours. So like I said, the environmental score on this field's going to be pretty, well, marginal, I guess might be the right way to put it to start with. It's gonna take some time to build that up. A couple of harvests, a couple of cuts, and then it'll build up and see if we can get it close to where we have. I mean, we're almost at 100% on the original field. So this other half, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time, but it's going to be worth it. As long as we just stay on top of our liming and our fertilizing, we shouldn't need to plow anymore. I need to worry about weeds on this, don't I? I still need to recombine and spray that just to say I did it, even though we're not going to get any weeds. Things are happening. We're getting there. Now, one thing I'm a little bit, well, curious about, I can't see where the actual field starts anymore since we've been liming at the same time. The field that we had, the original fields, disappeared. I don't want to plant over it, of course. So, I mean, I'm assuming once we get closer, right? Once we get closer, I'll be able to tell. I didn't mark this down anywhere on the GPS or anything on where exactly the start of the field is. It's over that. I can see one tuft of grass over there. That's got to be at least part of the field. So we're going to have to kind of wing this a little bit, guys. Yeah, it'll be fine. It's just got to figure it out, I guess. And the planting situation, of course, is going well. We've had to make, one run back for fertilizer. One run back, so fertilizer we ran out of once. That's fine. We're not too far away. You can see the farm in the background right there. That ain't bad at all. Yeah, we'll get through this. It'll be good. Okay, never mind. I can see where the field is now. Grass is coming up on that side. We're all good. And look at that. That's all done already. All right, guys, that's it right there. The field has been planted. Yeah, we'll just overseed right here. You know, it's funny. I thought I missed a lot more little patches like the one ahead of us and the, well, stones everywhere. We did a actually really good job considering. There's one little spot up ahead right at the corner there that I missed a whole bunch. But, I mean, I bet you we got 98% of the stones off this field. Oh, never mind. There's some more over there. Don't look at that. All right, there we go. So we can get out here. We need to spread some fertilizer on the old field, the original field still at some point. That's going to need some fertilizer spread on it still, but this is all good to go now. We are done here. I'm not going to worry about this. Let this grow. And we've got an absolutely epic hayfield here to take care of at some point. Probably, well, it's going to take a couple months. Probably we'll get one cut off this field. It's really a good thing I've got, well, one cut already done ahead that's already been sitting there and fermenting in those bins or those bales, because I'm not going to get another cut any money off these for a little while. It's going to take me, it's going to take some time. And I also got to think about cutting some hay and getting hay bales for our cattle as well. So yeah, we're not going to get as much, worried about as much silage, I guess. I'm not going to do the whole thing, I don't think, in silage to start with at least. But you know what? When we ever do decide to do it that way, it's going to be a lot of cash. All right, so it's almost 1:30 in the afternoon. I think we're good with that. I think it's time for me to tell you about our secondary plan. It's going to be interesting. I think, well, you guys saw the equipment already. You know what's going on. I mean, why would I purchase these if I'm not going to be doing some grain crops, right? Right? Yeah, exactly. Now, we're going to start off a little bit tame on this. Here, let me jump up on the tractor and so you can see. So there is our hay field, the massive hay field. This right here, we've got, let me see, I think we got about a quarter section of land here. I'm going to divide this up into 3 even fields. 3 even fields. We're going to try to divide it up equally, and we're going to make this into 3 different crops so that we're not, well, overloading, and we're not worrying about one single crop at a time, and maybe we can balance out and have income coming out at 3 different times a year. Maybe we could work that into our schedule. I don't know if it's going to work out that way or not, but that's what we're trying for. So we've been analyzing the prices of grain crops out here in Western Wilds, and it seems like the most profitable crops, to be honest, guys. I mean, we got our soybeans are going for quite well at like $4,000 per 1,000. Other than that, canola, of course, and then of course I still want to get some kind of a something with some straw. So I think we're going to go with just a wheat for keep it fairly simple for that. But I've got to get this in the ground first. So I believe we can plant some things coming up soon. So I need to double check and see the planting season of our seeds. But first things first, let's get the first field in the ground here. All right, guys. So I've traced out roughly the size of field number 1. I'm so used to having these absolutely massive fields, well, that we've been dealing with over there, that this feels so small by comparison. Get our GPS on. I mean, literally, it's only, yeah, it's tiny. It's to right there. Is this the right size? Okay, we got to fix that, but that's okay. So, grain crops. Like I said, sorghum, canola, and not sorghum. What did I say? Soybeans, canola, and probably wheat. Something to get us some straw. Might do oat, actually. Get us some straw. And we should be good to go, I think. I think that'll work out well. I mean, soybeans have been really well on this. It seems like they're like at least twice, maybe even 3 times the price of some of their crops. So, gotta keep my eye on that. Okay, so I just had a chance to quickly take a look into our seed situation. Sorghum has to be planted. We gotta get that planted like today to get that so we can harvest it this year. Later on in the fall, we'll do our oat, and then come the spring again, we'll do, I think it's barley. I can't remember what it is. Canola's in the spring. So we missed canola by about a month, unfortunately. Now this is the other big problem I'm running into or thinking about. It's the fact that I'm spending so much money on this equipment to do the work that we've been doing, well, with the silage bales with next to nothing, really. We bought some new equipment, but we really made our millions with the old tiny equipment, not using very much of it. And now here we are with millions and millions of dollars worth of equipment. And I'm probably not going to make nearly as much money. I think silage is still going to be our bread and butter, if you know what I mean. I just can't see that being something that that outpaces everything else. How am I missing that? Really? Darn it. Let's fix this GPS up. There we go. I think I got it now. Turn that back on. There we go. Yeah, moved everything over. Perfect. So, like I said, I've spent so much more money on the equipment to start working on this. It's just going to take some time for it to pay off, unfortunately. And meanwhile, I've got this massive silage field over here. It's going to be making us billions of dollars still. I mean, I guess it's nice to have that as, well, we can always fall back, of course, on that and just focus on that. And now we'll be able to do something else. I think that's I don't know. I'm struggling with this, but I'm not going to lie, guys. Diversify. Why diversify when you can make millions? I should have just done this all in hay, but no, let's not. Let's do this right. All right, so we're moving through these fields pretty quickly. I've got everything, well, not everything. I've got everything I needed tilled up for now. And we're going to go through this, lime it down right now. get this field so she's balanced as much as we can before I can get into planting. Like I said, we're getting planting today. I don't have time to mess around now. I'm really actually enjoying this Massey. I need to spend more time in the Massey Ferguson. I mean, we've bought all sorts of equipment on this farm. We've gone from red to green to red to, you know what, this Massey, it's been a good tractor for us, even though I've been kind of a, don't look at the maintenance on it, it's been kind of abused. You don't want to see the John Deere right now either. It's in real rough shape. But for today, look at this. We got this field right here we're going to plant. That's going to be, oh boy, got to double check our planting plan. And then if you look off to the side there's 2 more fields that are prepped and ready to go. I just need to plow the rest of them up. They've been kind of traced out, so I have an idea where we're going to be putting fields there, but I'm not worried about them. I can't plant them today anyways. This is the only field I can get into right now, so this is my main concern. I'm going to get this planted, and I'll worry about the rest later on, I guess. All right, one more task left to do on this, and that's finally to plant our first actual crop, guys. Instead, you know what? It's taken us 5 years to get to this point. I'm actually kind of excited to do some actual normal crops other than just haying. Not that I don't like haying, of course, but it's just nice to have something a little bit different. This feels so small. This field feels so tiny. Oh boy, our equipment's gonna need a little bit of work when we get back, but not yet. No time yet. We got to get this thing done. Quad track, back to work again. Probably the last job for the day for the quad track, and then we'll worry about those other 2 fields, getting those done today. But gotta get some seeds in the ground here. Like I said, the only thing we can get in the ground are beans today. That's the only thing that's going to be able to get up in time. So beans it is. Beans it is. Let's unfold the toolbar here, and we'll get into this field to get her done. All right, last job for the day. That's quite a productive day. Big expansion happening out here on this the multi-million-dollar farm on Western Wilds. Pretty happy with how this has turned out today, to be honest with you. Just one more task for the day, and we'll call it, I think. Looking good. Around we go, and up we go. Perfect. There you go, folks. Well, you know what? I think we'll call it there. I'll get these beans in the ground today, and we'll continue on, see if we can get those fields prepped for the fall. I think we can start planting on those. We've got lots of time after this is done. And then we can maybe do a cut. We'll see if we get some hay off that field. I don't know yet. I'm not sure. I might have messed my timing up. Whatever. We'll figure it out later on. But come on, whose idea was it to do all these bales? All right, guys. So you know that Western Wilds, we have become the silage king, where we've made tons and tons of silage bales. But it's time that we diversified a little bit. And I've got some plans, and I want to see if we can possibly do $10 million in sales from milk. See if our cattle, is it possible for our cattle to make us $10 million? I don't know if it's possible. We're in trouble right now. So in the past little bit, we have been prepping new crops, brand new crops. Planting is what we can. We got 3 new fields built. We've been rolling those out. We've been expanding that grass field ready for cows. And of course, we also have to take care of, we got to take care of herbicide now, because we got weeds to deal with on these brand new crops. And all the whole time, we still need to worry about the cattle we've already picked up. We've got full pastures, guys. The pastures are packed with cattle. We've even got calves over in the calving barn in the far side. And that brings us to our very first problem. How the heck are we going to feed, well, $10 million worth of profits in cattle? How the heck are we going to feed all these guys? Currently, I think we're around 600 head of cattle right now. And I've had to go buy some grass bales just in order to get this started. And that's what we have right now. That's all I've got. I've brought a truckload of grass bales, loaded them in the barn, and we've been using that to feed our cattle, kinda. I mean, it's better than nothing, yes. But man, this is just not a good system, and I don't want to continue going down this path. When you're making 1,500 to 2,000 silage bales a year, I'm pretty sure you can find a way to make some hay bales, right? I think we can find a way to make that work as well. So once again, this feels a little bit like starting from scratch all over again. I feel like we're right back to where we began in a way. Well, at least we have a lot of pretty equipment, as you can see, and today is all about prepping this equipment. Unfortunately, guys, we're back in debt again. I've burned through $11.5 million building this amazing cattle ranch. It's going to be the best cattle ranch on Western Wilds, let's be honest, but I've blown through $11.5 million building this thing up. It's ridiculous.
I am once again asking for your financial support.
That's right. We've had to go to the bank for more money, from humble beginnings to, well, what we have now is pretty incredible still. I mean, look at this. We got the calf barn right here. Look at all the cows. We got 40 head of cows in here. We got a bunch of calves going on. I don't even know how many head of calves we have right now. And then just down in the end, we've got our main milking shed down here as well. And like I said, a couple hundred head of cattle can fit in here at a time. And this is where the magic's gonna happen. We're gonna make tons of money off all this milk. And then of course, off in the distance, well, our open pasture for, well, all our cattle, we can move them up and back and forth. They're all over the place. And then of course, what we've gotten done recently, we've got the brand new soybean field. And we also have a couple more fields a little bit further down that have been prepped and ready to be planted, which we're going to be getting to right away. So really, we can't afford to have any breakdown. So today is a maintenance day. We are cleaning everything up today. From the Magnum, repair day, clean day. Our 7R desperately needs a little bit of TLC as well. You know what's funny? This Massey 8S is becoming probably one of my favorite tractors. I'm really digging this thing. It's been a great addition, even though we bought it used. And of course, our newest addition, the Quad Track 620 with the roller back there. I mean, this is pretty minor, of course, right? But of course, we got to keep up on maintenance on that one as well. Of course, since we're cleaning things up, we might as well clean up the seed hawk. This is our main planting unit, of course, which is going to get some use very quickly here. Fortunately, the combines didn't get any use, so we don't have to clean anything up. But there you go. Look at this. Farm is set. We got so much room back again. Tons of room to prep things, get ready when planting season, harvest season kicks into high gear here in just a couple of weeks, guys. You know what? Let's shut her down. And we'll see you when there's some work to get done. Hey, you guys smell that? Do you guys... That's something. What is that? Oh, that's right. It's canola planting season. That's what it is. It's time to plant some canola. And you know what else? I think it's haying season too. I think it's like a twofer day. So everything should be good and set up. Like I said, we prepped everything. All our equipment should be ready to rock. We've got the seed hawk ready to go, filled up, seeded, fertilized, ready to rock. And of course, the quad track, we got that repaired. All the maintenance is done. Really, all we got to go do is hook up and get out in the field. This canola field really shouldn't take us too long to get planted. I really need to build a walkway down from the house down to the shop. Otherwise, it's like a maybe a 30-second walk. Whatever, I'm driving the truck down. Dunk! Oh, please fall, please fall, please fall. Nothing worse than trying to show off and completely missing it. Am I right? Get these lights on. Oh yeah, there she is, the quad track, all ready to rock and roll. Get this door opened up. We got to squeeze this thing out a little bit. There's lots of room in this shop, though. We should be good. Let's go. Out we go. Everything else is prepped, guys. Like I said, we just got to go out over to the seed hawk, grab onto this thing, and we're out in the field first thing in the morning. It's really going to take us no time. This is what the prep work is all about. Now, if only I could find a way to make some more money really quick. Oh, you know what? I got plans for that too, I suppose, if we need to go that way, right? Let's hook her up. Just get the hitch on. Connect our hoses. Perfect. All of them are connected. We're good to go. Let's get the field. Let's get out of here. So, like I said, if I do need to make a quick buck, guys, just look ahead of us there. There's a bunch of silage bales still sitting right out in front of us. There could be sold right now, but the prices are low. I still could make some money off those. I don't want to try. I'm trying to avoid that. I think I'll pay the interest rates rather than selling those off. That's the plan for now. Let's get these fields in the ground, and hopefully this stuff here can be supplementing our economy, basically finding other ways to make some cash out here on Western Wild, because I don't want to sell all those bales off until the timing is just right, which will probably be in a couple months still. So we're gonna get a couple more cuts of hay or a couple more cuts of silage off of this, build up our bale stock and sell them all off. Today we're getting the canola in the ground. Look at all this. We're ready to go. Seed hawk looks good. We got the beans behind us. This is going to be canola. And I believe we're doing oat on the far field, so we get some straw at some point soon. Time to go. Let's drop this head down and let's get to planting. Canola going in the ground. Let's go. There is something that's just extremely satisfying to me about planting on a freshly limed field. You just kind of go in, it just cuts through that lime, tills the soil up a little bit, gets those seeds in the ground. And yeah, it looks great. You can really tell where you've been. We're gonna get down on the far side here, and I'm gonna set up the GPS so I don't need to worry about it too much. These fields aren't huge by any means, but they're actually, I'm surprised at how big they feel in a way. We're gonna have to wait and see as we get through more of these fields how much we get off this. All right, let's get around the corner and we'll set the GPS on this one here. Get around right about there, and GPS is engaged. Let's go. Perfect. That's makes my life easy. Hands off. I can go surf some TikTok. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have wasted my time with that. That's 38 seconds of my life I won't be getting back. All right, roughly 35 minutes and field is done, guys. That was quick. I mean, like I said, this is a good sized field. this Seed Hawk makes short work of bigger jobs like this. If we were still using that little Amazon planter we had before, man, we'd be out here for probably 2 hours, maybe 3. This thing here, we just got through it. This is going to be more important as time goes on, of course, as we keep on biggering and giganticizing our fields. I know this feels like a bit of overkill for what we're doing right now, and it definitely is. But as we progress, things are going to be, well, we're going to need it. But for now, let's move along. We got some silage to go make, and maybe a little bit of hay too. Of course, I'm not walking across the farm. The truck's here. We're taking it. So we're over in the cold storage, and I've got one of our new silage making units. It's kind of experimental. I mean, it's still working with realism. You guys know what I'm talking about.
It's not realistic. It's crazy.
I mean, it is a John Deere, it says, I guess. You know what? And we got more than one, right? What's better than one? How about 4 of them? We got 4 of these things instead. You know what? These have been great for this. It's been great for pumping out bales. It's our new silage bale system. Copyright KLUTCHSIM 2022. This thing is amazing. Well, it does. I don't know about amazing. It's a great way of doing this, though. So this is what's been allowing us to pump out the amount of bales we have in such a short period of time. Be honest though, I haven't seen this one in the John Deere brochure. But today we're going to do something a little bit different with this unit. We're not going to be making silage bales off the hop here. We're going to start off by making some hay bales. So I need to do, well, just a normal cut, guys. I need to go through part of this field, cut it up, and get some hay bales off this. So I've dropped the balers off, and we're going to head in with just the mowers, and hopefully that'll work. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's going to work out great. Now, I don't want to do too much of this field. I want to focus still on silage because that's really where the money is. But I also don't want to be buying hay bales. Buying hay bales is not for me. It's not going to happen. We're done with that. We're making our own hay bales. And this is going to be one way we can do it. Now, I just need to figure out exactly how much hay I'm going to be needing. Got to try to salvage that. So we're going to do maybe a couple laps. I kind of got an idea how much we're going to use right here. I've got about half or maybe 2/3 of this field. And from there, guys, we're going to do the rest in silage bales. Let's go grab the balers after this. There we go. We're back at silage bale wrapping. I think we've got enough windrows there for the hay. We still need to ted that, of course, and then re-windrow it and pick it up. But now we're on to silage bale, and this is our new silage bale setup, guys. This baler is amazing. It's still in prototype, but I mean, completely legal, and I mean, very, very realistic. Hashtag realism-ish.
Wow.
Realistic-ish is the word I'm looking for there. Looking good, though. I think we're going to get through this field relatively quick. And by quick, I mean somewhat quick with lots and lots and lots of bales. Look how many freaking bales we're making. This is crazy. The amount of bales, more bales we're getting from this combined field now is kind of hurting me a little bit. I think we might almost be doubling it up, guys. Look how many bales we got off of this field. I mean, I don't want to do a quick count. Well, it was probably, it's like 1,500. There's a lot of bales here. I don't know if anyone's doing a count. You go ahead, start counting right now. It's gonna take you a hot minute. And I thought what we were getting from last time, this is 700 bales, and I thought this was a lot. This is almost small time now. The Silage King is back. The Silage King is back. Now on to our hay business, our hay side of the things. I've got the 8S, the Massey Ferguson that I've been really enjoying. Like I said earlier, guys, we're hooked up to our new tedder. You know what? I might have to get more tedders, and we can ted right behind our mowers since those experimental units have that PTO. But for now, we got the 8S. We're heading into the field. Let's go. I feel like there's something dragging. I can't get above 19 miles an hour. Let's see here. Oh, I know what it is. Hang on a sec. Let me just pull off. I'll get by in front of this one here. This room. Let's just go and yeah, it usually helps if you connect your hoses, your hydraulic hoses. For some reason, they're connected to the brakes. I don't know exactly why on this unit, but it is. Just make sure they're connected, I guess. All right, back on out. Pass all these bales and look at wait. Look at all these bales. Look at all the freaking bales. Holy shnikes. Guys, there's just so many. It's as far as I can see. It's as far. Oh, there we go. There's the end. Finally found the end of them. At least from here, we can see kind of how many hay bales we're gonna get. But guys, there's a lot of bales here. We're on the very far side, the very westerly side, just up against the tracks, and it's time to get to hay in. But it's compared to the silage bales, this is nothing. I think this is probably going to be maybe a quarter of what we got from silage bales. But man, there's still going to be quite a few of these. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see once we windrow them all up. This is going to be a little bit faster to bale because I'm merging 2 of these into one, of course, with the windrower. but still it's an extra step, which kind of sucks. So we found a way to make our silage bale system as efficient as possible. I think our next step is going to be this haying system, guys. We need to find a way to pick up these hay bales a little bit more efficiently, and it's going to take a little bit of time. I don't have the money yet. I definitely don't have the money yet. So wait for that. We'll be doing that next. All right, all done for that. Let's unpack all our equipment, get rid of this this tedder. We got to go get the windrower hooked up to the massey here. We're going to get back into the field, start windrowing. Driving by all these silage bales back and forth here. It's making me a little nervous on how long I'd be out here picking them up in a bit, but whatever. For now, let's worry about the hay because we don't have any hay for our cattle. The silage bales can stay in the field for the time being. We've got some silage bales that are already packed, of course. They're already fermented. They are already silage, so I can use those for food right away. Not worried about the ones in the field. For now, let's just get to tedding, or windrowing, I should say, and get through this field. And while we're at it, we might as well get some help. Baling behind us. We got that our new Vicon baler as well. It can wrap, it can just make hay bales as well, which is great. It's super fast for making round bales. This is the way to do it for me. I think this is going to be good, but I think we might have to find ways to maximize this for our hay though. We might better it. Yeah, bettering. That's the word I'm looking for. We're going to bettering it. All right, so hay bales are pretty much done. There's a couple more left to wrap up there. But after that, guys, I need to get in here and pick these up and bring them over to our shed. I want to make some TMR right away. Oh boy, we'll get one last row here. Yep, super legal and realistic for picking up our bales right now. Realistic for picking up our bales. Oh, now this is a problem I didn't really consider, is how was I going to get this road train over from this side of the farm over to that big bale farm, big bale shed we got on the far side. I don't think I can cut through. There's no way, so I'm gonna have to go around everything. We'll get around our barn right there, our shop, and then all the way around the farm. We're gonna go up and around the north side of the farm itself, I think, and then ooh, we got the rickety bridge to go across. I mean, it can't be too much weight to cross this old wooden bridge. This is why I built new bridges on the other side, but this is the one we're using now. Oh, good. I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right? Should be lots of room in this shop for a lot of hay bales. Let's see what we can fit in there. All right, first one done. Just pulling this road train on out. We've got everything emptied off. That's 136 bales already in here. It doesn't even look like it's that many. Of course, now that we've got all our hay bales, I'm going to need some silage bales as well to make that sweet TMR for our cows. We'll load up a truckload realistically-ish over here and then take it back across. Now, at least now I can just kind of scoot across through the cattle area. I'm not doing the road train, one trailer. We can kind of scoot through our farm this way and not have to worry. You know, the road train's just not going to fit through this part, but single trailer, yeah, no problem. And plus, it's a lot faster. Just get across over by the pond, and then we're going to drop these off inside the shed as well to keep them safe. And then lastly, I need some straw bales, and these bloody things just cost me almost 20 grand. This is why I need to make my own straw. Ridiculous. Man, inflation's getting out of hand, but we still have a couple grass bales here we were using to feed before, but like I said, I was buying those as well. Don't have to worry about that anymore. We'll leave them there just in case, like emergency use bales. We'll store some up there. For now, let's take the 7810 and get back across and start loading up some TMR here. We've got these, what is that, a 4755. It's already over there with the mixing machine. Should be good to go. Probably shouldn't have put my straw bales in the way of these, but whatever. We'll grab a couple of hay bales in here. Got to figure out my mix in here as well, but for now, let's just start loading it up and we'll kind of wing it. That's the best way for me. Okay, now since straw is kind of limited for now, I'm going to try and focus on putting as little straw as possible in our TMR mix. We're going to focus on silage, of course, and the hay. We tend to have quite a bit of both. So I'm just going to unwrap a couple of these bales. We're going to have a couple silage bales here. We'll throw those in there. We're going to try to maximize using both silage and hay and maybe just put one straw bale in. Only one is kind of filler. That's it. Oh, I can see already this is going to be getting monotonous with the amount of bales I need to put in here. And we're going to have to do probably multiple of these almost every single day to get our animals fed. This is going to be a lot of moving bales around. There's got to be a better system. This is going to work for now, but I can't do this forever. Moving silage bales, hay bales, straw bales. Maybe we need to get some kind of a silo system with a blower that can move this stuff, ferment this silage. I don't know. I got to figure out something there. We need to come up with another plan because while this does work, this is just going to be a painful way of setting the system all up. We're going to need to find better ways once we need some money though, I guess, too. I feel like we're caught between a rock and a hard place right now. Well, at least we've got one fill for now. Like I said, it just means we're gonna have to work a little bit harder for now. It's not the biggest thing. This 4755 in this trailer though, look at, she is She's looking a little rough right now. She's squatting a little bit there, that's for sure. That's all good. We'll pull her in. It still does the job. It's a small tow back and forth. We'll feed our cows. We need to figure out something else though at some point. For now, this is going to be the solution for the cattle king. The silage, the TMR king? I don't know. This is going to be our feeding solution here on Western Wilds, the cattle ranch, the massive cattle ranch. This is going to have to work for now. So keep on going back and forth. We've got to feed the rest of our barns still. We're empty. We still need to feed the rest, guys. We only have the open pasture. We still got to feed both our calf barn as well as the main milking barn as well. They need food in both of those. So we've got a couple runs to make here. And it's not gonna just stop. This is gonna be a daily, oh, watch out for that bridge. This is gonna be a daily thing that we're gonna be having to do. I just foresee a lot of work in my future. So that is what it is. Nothing you can do about that. You gotta keep on feeding. So we'll be back doing more of this. We gotta optimize this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like, don't forget to subscribe. And of course, if you wanna see where this massive cattle farm on Western Wilds all started off, I'll make sure to drop the video there. Go check that video out. Good time. Anyways, guys, thanks again. See you next time.